quick demonstration, right? You ever pull up on the fire scene and you're basically the only one there for a while? Yeah. Maybe it's just two of you. Hell, that's a good day, right? All right. This is a very helpful tool. All right. What are we looking at? Good God, it looks like a monster, right? It has a very good purpose. So if you're low on manpower, you're out there in the county, whatever, you're volunteers. All right, and I commend you for that. I'm a volunteer as well, where I live. And it's really, and I've only been doing it now really for the last 8 months. It's really opened my eyes, because being a career guy, when we show up to a fire scene in Tuscaloosa, we about have enough people to stomp it out. You know, there's another problem of having too many people there too. All right. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. You pull up, you know there's a fire, you do your little 360. Maybe it's vented, maybe it ain't. Whatever. This right here allows you to do a lot of things while you're waiting on the cavalry to come, okay? So, it's long, for one thing, and that's the reason for that, and it's got an S in the thing, so I'll get to that in a minute. It's got a point right here. One thing firefighters do well is tear stuff up. All right, give us a steel ball for 5 minutes and we can figure it out. We'll tear it up too. You can ventilate a window with that. What you're trying to do is put this baby in there. This right here hangs on the seal, because when you open that nozzle, it's going to do what? Slide up against it and it's going to be there. Essentially, one person, especially if it's pre-connected on your rig, you pull it off, vent if you need to, set it in the window, open the nozzle, and you can walk away. So what is it doing when we open this nozzle? Right here, y'all see that? This would be towards the fire, and it's aiming toward the ceiling. It's shooting water, just like a sprinkler, but with a lot more GPMs than a sprinkler head. At the ceiling, it's hitting the ceiling, and it's doing what? Making tiny droplets of water, so it is doing some sort of suppression. At the same time, you have a fog nozzle. So it's kind of like having a smoothbore and a fog going at the same time. This is aimed out this way. So the guys that went in there with me and the ladies, when you open a nozzle, you introduce two things. What's that? Water and air. It entrains air. So what is it doing now? Daggum right. We're suppressing and ventilating with one person. It's pretty good, right? What does that do for people on the inside? Why are we even there, right? It's for people that may be on the inside. Whether we know they're in there or not, right? We don't really know until there's a search. You pull up, you see a lady standing there. Hey, is everybody out of that structure? Yeah, I got me and my three, we're good. Then you go in, maybe use that wonderful power cone because you think nobody's in there, and she forgot about the neighbor's kids that spent the night. Because when people panic, that happens. What I am relaying to you is a real story, okay? So, why do I stop and tell you that? It ain't clear till we say it's clear, okay? So, what we do and how we act on a structure fire should resemble, our strategy and our tactics should always be life safety. So, we got this in the window, bam, we open it up, bam, because we put the truck in pump gear before we left, and we just try to get some pressure on it, right? We're doing what we can. We're ventilating, and we're suppressing. We're getting some of the bad out, and putting some good in, and some of that good is making what? Steam, and it's drawing some of that out. Where there's light gray smoke, eventually there will be dark gray smoke. And in today's modern homes and furnishings, you will have black pressurized smoke. It's nothing more than too rich to burn until it gets the oxygen, and then we got what? Flame. Let's see if I can screw this up. So easy I can do it.
What's the GPM?
95 GPM on the fog, I'm not gonna lie to you about the smooth bore. Depends on how much you're pumping it at. How about that? And how much line's on the ground, your friction loss. That's an educated answer. So, let's say I did that, and I was a good firefighter. I didn't open the front door yet. So what do you think I'm doing as I go back to the truck now I got some more people on scene? We're pulling a primary line. That's better for us, ain't it? We're giving it a place to go. Now, is that sucking all of it out? No, but is it a lot better than it was? Yes. I don't see any more black smoke. We can go get a primary line in place, get our crap on. Did I have a SCBA on when I did that? Do I need one? Was I safe? Yes. And they can sit there. We're doing something, right? We're actually doing a lot. All right, boy, you by yourself, go ahead, what you gonna do? What's the best thing you can do? You got all these tools, here's one of them. I'm gonna go to that every time if I'm a two-man crew. And I worked that way at a smaller department before I was at Tuscaloosa. And I wish we would have had one of these. Because we had to wait to we had 3 engines, 3 stations, and really we had to wait till everybody got there to do something. Open that door right there.
Can we pick those up in the gift shop?
Yeah. Is it the right thing to do every time? No. It depends on a lot of factors, right? Let's say I pull up to the fire scene, and before I ever get there, oh yeah, it's going. Call them a black smoke. And I pull up, it's a 2-story fire, and there's a person hanging out the window. Guess what I'm pulling? A ladder. Ding, 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 ding. Game over, set, match. Viable victim right there. I don't care about the building. Life comes first, right?